Hey everybody, how are you? It's John Brewer here, South Florida's restaurant guy, Native Realty, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, specializing in Fort Lauderdale, Flagler Village, Fat Village, Solo, Progresso. If you don't know these areas, you should. If you're in South Florida, if you're a restaurateur, you should definitely be looking into this area as a place that you want to move into. Fort Lauderdale has a lot of stuff going on, tourism, business, and just a great lifestyle for people that want to live in this area. So today we want to talk about three case studies basically. Boomer Jacks, Firebird, and Lazy Dogs. I read an interesting article recently. Casual dining upstarts and how they basically are stressing staying nimble and trying to keep their message simple and trying to keep their concept very relevant to what's going on right now. As you know, a lot of the Cheesecake Factories, Chili's, and some of the other larger casual dining chains are seeing some downward pressure, and there's opportunity in this market to differentiate yourself. So let's start off with Boomer Jacks. Boomer Jacks is a concept. They are out of Fort Worth, Texas. They've got about 13 units. Before we get into that though, let me give you an overstat or kind of a macro stat. For example, of the 62 casual dining chains in the 2018 Nation's Restaurant News Top 200, 25 showed sales declines in the latest year. Now the industry itself has gone from seeing a 6.4 increase growth year to year to about a 4% increase over year to year. And I think with what is going on in the market in general right now, we can see a lot more pressure in that area. But Brent Tips, who founded this company, they have 13 units right now. He says their key is to keep it simple. They do beer and they do burgers. They do everything from scratch, and they treat their people the best way they can possibly treat them. So they're stressing employee retention, management retention, and making it a great family atmosphere for people to work in, as well as keeping the menu nice and simple. In the summer months, for example, the company tries to make sure managers take 3 days off every week. As a former restaurant manager, that's very nice. That really leads to lower turnover. A better trained staff gives you an advantage. Retaining people by taking care of them is less expensive than not taking care of them. You put a lot of money into training up a manager. You put a lot of investment into them. And manager burnout is a very big issue when it comes to restaurants. I can attest to that. Between P&Ls and reporting and doing all the stuff that you have to do, and you're the first one in, usually and the last one out, except for maybe a couple of days. Burnout is very high. So, to point to that, they try to keep their managers under 52 hours a week. 52 hours a week. So that's a day and a half more than the average person, and that's considered low. So 60 hours a week is not unheard of. Managers also get 3 weeks of vacation after 5 years of service, which I think is admirable as well. So after you do 5 years, you get 3 weeks off. Most of the casinos I worked at when I was in Vegas, they would do the same thing. After a year, you get a week. After 2 years, you get 2 weeks. And then after 5 years, you get 3 weeks. So it's nice to see taking care of the employees there. So that's basically what Boomer Jacks does. Let's move on to Firebird. Firebird is a wood-fired grill concept out of Oklahoma. And their modern look and their grill menu is how they're looking to differentiate themselves. Also a scratch kitchen. They butcher in-house, so they cut all their meats in-house. People are willing to pay a little more for an elevated environment. They can kind of treat themselves, so differentiating themselves, a little higher end experience, a little more of a treat yourself atmosphere. It's a modern design. The decor features light colored woods, charred black brick, floor to ceiling windows, exposed wood, contemporary light fixtures, abstract artworks, and pops of teal to complement Firebird's signature red orange. They got red, orange, teal, wood, industrial fixtures, and they just love it. Oklahoma City location covers about 6,500 square feet. That's a large restaurant with 220 seats, and they always use an all-season patio. So that's probably enclosed, got heaters out there, things of that nature. You have to start at the core, your service model, your touch points. It starts with the food, but you have to make sure you appeal to a broad demographic. So they're going for a wider net, looking to appeal to a wider group of people. They're really going after the lunch crowd. They have to make sure they can turn it out. Always ask guests if they are in a hurry and need to get back to the office. They can guide them through the menu. So that's very important. I'm getting a lot of vibes of Houston's when I think about this. Looking to get the lunch crowd in there, get them in and out is very important. If you're a businessman or you work in an office and you and some of your coworkers go down for a lunch experience, if you can't get in and out of there in 45 minutes, you're not going back. So it's very important that not only do you have a good experience with the food, a good experience with the service, but that the service is quick. And that's something that they're going for. The next concept we want to talk about is basically Firebirds, or we did talk about Firebirds. We're going to move into Lazy Dog restaurants now. So Lazy Dog is they're looking to appeal to the millennials' desire for adventure and creativity. They're based out of Huntington, and their big thing is they're dog friendly. Lazy Dog makes sense. What they say is guests today demand continuous innovation. Their awareness of trends happens faster than ever. We all know that with social media and memes and how quick and viral things can go or get. So we have to do it quickly, nimbly, to be first to the market. They highlight its name with the attached patios that they have to have that allow customers to bring their dogs, provide a menu with a leather folder, hand-drawn artwork, features on-trend items like bison meatloaf, blistered green beans with a Vietnamese sauce, granola croutons, and pickled strawberries in a salad. They also take that brine from the strawberries and use it as a shrub for cocktails at the bar. So innovation, creativity. The decor is based on Sim's youth in Jackson Hole, very rocky mountains. It's entryways feature aspen logs and beams. They give it a bar lodge, kind of a cozy feel to it. It's perfect for the millennial generations that is just entering its child rearing years, moving into the suburbs, but doesn't seem to be interested in their parents' casual dining options. That's big. So they're, as I said, trying to differentiate themselves from the Chili's and the Fridays and the Cheesecake Factories, the experiences that have kind of been out there. And that's kind of what every generation does, whether it's music, culture in general. People, as these millennials go into their child rearing years and getting married and moving to the suburbs, they want a different experience, something that relates more to them. The bar continues to complement the food sales, making up about 24% of the mix. 24% bar sales is pretty good. Earlier units were about 6,800 square feet. That's big. And recent openings have been about 8,200 square feet, with about 2,000 square feet of that being patio. So their patio is extremely important to those guests who want to be outdoors with their dogs and for weekend brunches. So that's the differentiation factor for Lazy Dogs. So there you go. You got 3 concepts that are becoming very popular in the casual dining sector, and each one of them has their own business plan. Boomer Jacks, simple and very employee friendly, making it a family type atmosphere. You've got Firebird that's going for a higher end experience, butchering in-house and speed of service. And then you've got Lazy Dogs, which is looking to cater to the millennials, quick on your feet, creative, innovative, and friendly to dogs. So this is kind of give you an overview of some of the things that are out there as far as fast casual goes. So brokers, landlords looking for your next restaurant, these are guys that are growing and they seem to be doing it right. So South Florida Restaurant Guy here in Fort Lauderdale, Native Realty. Give us a call, 561-573-7333. Until I see you again, everybody take care.